yeah, that's my
All
advice for
right.
that.
Now, what was the decision process to make a nonprofit out of this?
My decision process with that was, and I could have probably chosen, Roberto, and me go back and forth about this, and we're thinking about creating a separate LLC for the merchandising.
Hmm.
But so people kept contacting me like the second year after I created Octonation and just wanted to give me money. Like they were just like, "Hey, we really love your post. We want to support what you're doing." They assumed that I was a nonprofit because of how educational I was,
Hmm.
and people were like, "Hey, where can I send $50? Where can I send $20?" And I was like, "I can't take your money." And I was telling Roberto, like, and he was like, "Well, how often is it happening?" I was like, "It's starting to happen like 3 or 4 times a week." And he was like, "Okay, well,"
Yeah.
he's like, this is what it would look like to start a nonprofit and develop programming." And I really wanted to. I started looking at organizations, and I started looking at their mission statements, and I started looking at their 990s. Because if you look at an organization like a nonprofit, if you type in a nonprofit and then type in 990, their tax records are public. And so I
Hmm.
started looking at the top organizations in the oceanic field, and they were bringing in $500 million
Right.
a year, and all of these different things. And I was just like, oh, and I was just like, I can really get my community to get behind this programming that I want to create for Octonation. And that's what I started doing. I started developing out programs like Interview with an Octopus, and Octonation Kids, which is curriculum for elementary, pre-K through fifth grade, and just started, building and more, and then applying to accelerator programs. Got accepted to Facebook accelerator program, and started just moving up that ladder of that nonprofit organization. But as I look more and more, like I think merchandising and licensing, I think we're going to create a separate LLC for that.
Yeah, yeah. The reason I bring it up is because I'm taking a grant writing course right now, and
Okay.
just as a education